Welcome to Sacerdotus Hangouts. Tonight, I was supposed to have a debate with somebody by the screen name Cygnus Ustus. This guy constantly messages me on Google Plus asking to debate, calls me a coward, and then when I invite him to the debate or accept to debate and request that he provide identification and his academic credentials, he disappears. He cowers away. He vanishes. And he did it again. We were supposed to have a debate last Friday, and he came up with an excuse asking if we could do it on Tuesday. Well, here we are, Tuesday, and he's a no show. He did not send me the credentials or anything. And I could show you right now using the screen share feature the emails that I have for the account, and you could see that he did not message me at all. He did not send any credentials or any identification or anything of the like. And as soon as I get this to that he did not present anything. Here's my inbox. You can see the inbox right here. It has the Sacerdotus Hangouts logo here on the right. You can see the email right there, sacerdotushangouts@gmail.com. And there's no email. This is the only thing that came in. No email at all. So I guess this guy got scared and backed away from having a debate. Ironically, he calls me a coward, but clearly this guy's the coward. And it just seems, as I expected, that this guy's just a troll. He's just looking for attention, and he's just trying to put me in a situation to then have fun trolling and whatnot, poking fun, mocking and whatnot. And since I didn't give him the satisfaction of doing that, um, then he's goes off and starts calling me a coward or whatnot. So as you can see right now, this guy Eustace, Cygnus Ustus, he will not even give me a real name or whatnot. He ran from debating me. He's an intellectual coward, pusillanimous person who just hides behind a caricature account and just harasses theists, the same nonsense as usual. And he has backed down from debating and ran away from debating. And it's not unexpected. I mean, as a former atheist and having several degrees in the sciences of philosophy and knowing the experience behind atheism, it's no surprise that these pretend atheists are scared to engage me in a formal debate. Uh, all they want me to do is go back and forth with them on comment forums and whatnot, because that's what they do. They're trolls. They just like to get attention. They have nothing better to do. These people are most likely unemployed. Obviously they do not have any schooling. Otherwise, they would not be online 24/7 monitoring what I post. But these people are there, and they're not real atheists. I do not believe they are real atheists, and you could tell that by the comments they post and the way they behave overall. These are just people looking for attention, most likely teenagers, little kids, were not looking for attention. But I showed up for the debate, and Cygnus Eustace did not. So what else can be done? Hopefully, any theists out there who engages this person, just avoid this person. Obviously, this person is a moron. He just looking for attention to troll and disrupt things and whatnot. So my advice is just to put him on mute, block him, whatever. Just ignore him. He obviously is it's a waste of time and it's a coward, scared to debate. And this was not even really supposed to be a formal debate. Um, Obviously, I asked for the identification academic credentials, but I do so because of the legality behind it and to screen trolls. First of all, I need to know who you are. I mean, I can't just debate somebody that calls themselves Scooby Doo or whatnot. It's ridiculous. That takes away from my credibility. If I just waste my time arguing with or debating with any silly account that appears, then that takes away from my reputation, my credibility as a ministry. And you do not even see Lawrence Krauss or Neil deGrasse Tyson or Richard Dawkins or any of these characters um, dignify these people because they know better. They have PhDs, they have the degrees, they study hard to earn their degrees, and they're not going to waste their time and their knowledge on these trolls, these people that hide behind caricature accounts and anonymity. And I'm the same way. So I ask that people who wish to formally debate me to present identification so I know who you are. Am I going to review your name throughout the whole world? No. If you say no, if you ask me to keep your name private, then I will respect that. I mean, why would I get myself into legal trouble by revealing personal information? So you ask me to keep your name private, I will. And I have done that with other people. It's no big deal, it's not a problem. I just need to know this is a real person and also the age. I need to know the age of the person. As part of the Catholic Church, working with the Catholic Church, uh, obviously with the scandals and everything happening within the church in 2002 and onward, the church, the Catholic bishops decided to have this charter and, in other words, this procedure, protocol that every person has to go through. And this is working Catholics, people who are on the payroll or volunteers who volunteer in the parish, and they have to go through certain screening, make sure they're not arrested in the past, have any criminal record. And we were told specifically we had to go through certain training seminars, and we were told specifically that we cannot engage minors, that's people 17 and under, in the United States, and we cannot meet with them, we cannot talk with them in any form or manner unless it's in a professional capacity, for example, a phone call within the office environment, not a cell phone or anything private, but the parish phone number or school phone number, the official number of the institution. Definitely no texting, no instant messaging or Facebooking and Twitter, none of that things. No communication via those things at all, or private emails and so forth. And this is what we were told. I have no control of that, and this was what the bishops decided to do in order to protect young people from pederast priests or employees or volunteers who join the Catholic Church or offer their services for an ulterior motive. So I have no control of that. I have to know who the person is, the age of the person. If somebody that's 15, 17 comes and messages me, hey, I want to debate you, I have to say, sorry, I cannot. Wait till you turn 18, and then we could talk. And that's just the way it is. I mean, in some way, I'm happy with that, and in some way, I disagree with that because it takes away from that connection that we could just talk to anybody. So, me personally, I do not like to be limited. But that's one thing. And then the next thing, the academic credentials, it's pretty much obvious. Nobody wants to waste their time with an idiot or an uneducated person. That's not to say that people are not smart. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are smart that do not have a high school diploma or degree. But when you deal with a formal debate, especially on heavy topics such as God and philosophy, science, so forth, you need to know something. You need to know these things. Otherwise, the debate doesn't make any sense. You get frustrated, like this other guy that I talked to 2 years ago who calls himself Sock Account. We were talking about physics, and he pretended to know things about physics. And when I corrected him, he got upset and started cursing at me because he's not an expert. He doesn't know. So that's why I request that you present some form of academic credentials to let me know that you have critical thinking skills. You went through the college process. It does not mean that you need to have a science degree or a philosophy degree. I mean, you could have a business degree or whatnot, or or art degree. But the thing is that I need to know that you're educated, that you know you could express yourself, you're articulate, you could have someone understanding of what I'm talking about when I bring up physics, mathematics, philosophy, so forth. So when I mentioned Stewart or Socrates, you're not in the background Googling to see what the heck I'm talking about, like the other guy was doing soccer count. That you could hear him typing in the background, Googling what I was telling him in order to know what I was saying because he had no clue. So that's why I request these things, the identification to know that you're a real person, your age, that you're an adult, and the academic credentials to give me somewhat an idea of where you stand intellectually and that you're able to engage at a certain level so that we will not waste each other's time and the audience time because there's people that are listening, that are watching the debate. And imagine yourself sitting through a debate with Richard Dawkins, and he's a zoologist. He knows about animals, about evolution, and things like that. And he's talking about natural selection and abiogenesis and all of this and all of that, and the Cambrian explosion. And then his opponent is looking at him like, "What? What are all these terms?" Right? And then there's a disruption in the flow of the debate because the other party doesn't know what the other party is talking about. It's a problem. It's just a disruptor. So it makes more sense that you have a debate with somebody that has some capacity, some academic capacity. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. If I start bringing up exponentials and derivatives and things like that, and Cygnus Ustus has no concept, no understanding of that, then how is he going to respond to me? What is he going to say if he doesn't understand what I'm saying? So that's why I request that people have some sort of academic background. Doesn't mean you have to be a PhD or a bachelor's degree or associates. Something, just present something to me that you're educated, that you could somewhat understand what I'm saying or present it to you, and then we could work from there. And during the debate, if something needs to be clarified, then I'll clarify it. But if you are not going to understand what I'm saying in regards to mentioning concepts in philosophy or physics, biology, or whatever, then we will just be wasting our time. So I'm not doing this to be a nag or a pain in the you know what, but I'm just trying to keep some sense of professionality and whatnot. I obviously want people to approach me. I want people to ask me questions. I want people to talk to me. But I do not want to waste each other's time. Definitely. In fact, in the Catholic Church, wasting time is considered a sin because time is something sacred. We have so little of it. We have to make use of it. We will never know when we are going to be called back to God, when we're going to die. So we have to use every second wisely. And if I'm going to get on Google Hangouts or meet in person or acquire a location to have a debate, and the person's not educated, doesn't understand what I'm going to say, won't understand my arguments and how to respond to them, then it's a big waste of time. I mean, can you imagine that this was a debate that was uh, monetary, or we were charging for entry, or charging tickets or whatnot? Can you imagine that we charge $25 or $50 for, let's say, if it was a venue or whatnot, and then I say something, bring up a philosophical term, and the opponent doesn't know what I'm talking about? I mean, people are going to throw tomatoes at us. They're going to think we're a bunch of quacks. So that's why I require people to know something, to be educated and whatnot. This is not to dox anybody. I have no intention of posting anybody's information. Again, I mean, why would I put myself in legal problems? As it stands, the United Kingdom passed these laws that they're going after people who harass other people. I mean, why would I set myself up? Why would I set up the ministry to have legal problems? It doesn't make any sense. Some career suicide, whatever they call it. So obviously, I have no intention of doxing people, posting the information because I mean that's dangerous. You post somebody's information, some crazy stalker goes and finds the person and hurts them, kills them, kidnaps, etc. I mean, why would I do that? Post somebody's private information. That's not my intention. And As I stated before, the identification, the name of the person. If the person requests to remain anonymous, I will respect that. So if Cygnus Ustus or anybody else presents to me an identification, I see their real name and so forth, and the person says, "Can you keep it quiet, between us?" It's absolutely fine with me. Nobody needs to know your real name. Once we have the debate, that means that you were cleared. I know who you are. I know you're educated, and we could go on. If you don't want nobody else to know your real name and all that stuff, then so be it. I will keep that private. And the story, we have our debate. You could use your name, whatever, and pen name, whatever you want to use, and we will continue from there. If you want to use your real name, then just let me know, and I will. I will present it. I will change the title of the broadcast and put your real name. But again, that's not really my concern. My concern is just to verify the person, the age, and if the person is educated, has some kind of understanding. That way, I will not waste my time, and the person will not waste their time, and the audience will not waste their time listening to a debate or that does not flow well, that has no connection, no rhythm, where you have one party that does not understand a thing. And the same thing applies for me. Just because I have certain degrees in science and philosophy does not mean I know everything. I'm still learning, and I will never stop learning. Just because I got a piece of paper or a couple pieces of papers on a course and things doesn't mean that I know it all. I'm still learning, still researching, still trying to keep up with what's going on in the world of science, philosophy, theology, and so forth. So that being said, unfortunately, obviously, there's not going to be a debate. Cygnus Eustace obviously copped out. He cowered out and ran off for whatever reason. I mean, I believe it's because he just wanted to troll. He just wants to put me on the spot to claim that I'm scared of debating. Well, here I am, and he never showed up. He never sent his credentials or his ID. I tried everything. I mean, what else can I do? If he's scared to debate me, what else can I do? I can't force him. I cannot put a gun to his head. And why not? I cannot hack his computer. It's his choice. If he wants to be a coward, if he wants to be known as a coward online, scared of Sacerdotus, then so be it. That's his choice. So until the next time, thank you for listening. Take care. God bless. Merry keep. And hopefully, some real atheists out there will muster up some courage to debate me and follow the procedures and be considerate because I have laws to follow. I have a church to obey and superiors to obey and follow. And I just cannot make up my own things, my own laws and whatnot. I have to follow these things. I have no choice. I have no control. I mean, if Google Hangouts and all of this would have existed years ago, then I would have just let anybody come on and debate me. But since we have all these rules and regulations and the child safety program and all these things, then I have to abide by it. I have to know who the person is, their age, and if they are educated, so that everything will run smoothly and professionally. Again, thank you for listening. Cygnus Eustace, you wasted your time. You're clearly an intellectual coward. You're scared, and there's no way you could redeem yourself unless you follow through. Man up, be an adult, and follow through. Send your identification, your academic credentials, or just let me know you do not have any. I mean, that's fine. If you do not have any, that's fine. But at least present some kind of identification that I know you're not a minor. So take care and enjoy the rest of the week.